2010.
Yeah.
How do you leap forward, and what policy signals do you need to be delivered to SABIC?
Very good. I just want to remind you that SABIC is not only, operating in Saudi Arabia. We have footprint assets
All over the world, yes.
almost in 50 countries,
Yeah,
and our products reach more than 100 countries around the world.
Yeah.
And what we get from the Saudi government is great initiatives, as I mentioned to you earlier, for the SEEP program, for the Saudi energy efficiency programs. And more than this, one of the greatest also initiatives that Saudi Arabia has introduced, which is the Saudi Green Initiatives, by implementing billions of trees around the kingdom and also in the Middle East. That will help, the absorption of the CO2, and this will help. The second thing, during the presidency of the G20 here in Saudi Arabia, our king, the custodian of the two holy mosques, has introduced for the first time the carbon circular economy. And that also help us, to initiate that circulation of the carbon, to make sure that instead of just produce and consume, it is produce and consume and then recycle and reuse. And that's a change in the mindset of the way that we do our investments.
I know Prince Abdulaziz bin Salman, the Minister of Energy, has been very passionate about it. There's a lot of initiatives, if I could follow up. A lot of people don't believe it. They think it's a lot of, show and marketing. But I know that this is actually being implemented. Can you give us kind of examples of how it comes to life at SABIC, please?
Yes, I think we have started first by technologies, because technology is important to prove that. And we did create and co-create with some other partners to make sure that we have the technology for the circulation. And now we introduced in Khelin, in one of our assets in Europe, the pyrolysis oil that comes from the waste plastics. So as you may know, the chemical production in the world, 76% of that production, it goes to polymers, goes to plastics. And those plastics, 50% of it, a single use, and the other 50% is durables. So you can reuse it. Or even you can use the one single.
Well, and a long shelf life. These are for furniture, like things we're sitting on. But how do we work on that other 50% of single use, do you think?
I think the collection of this is important. So the role of the government here is to put the right, regulations and rules and policies that, manage the waste and also collect it and help the industry in order to utilize it. That's why we have now technology that from that waste that we could produce a feedstock. Our aim is by 2030 to have at least 1 million ton of this waste plastic to be a feedstock for our crackers around the world. And I think this is one of the things that we start doing this, and we start producing, by the way, chemicals out of that waste plastic.
Excellent. Okay, Mr. Mendes, this is a very important window for Brazil. Thanks a lot, Mr. Fakir.